Hey everybody, I'm Stacy here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com, and this is the Next Saturday with Stacy YouTube class number 431. Oh my gosh, what do we have in store for you today? Wait. Swoon a little bit. I have got a worldwide launch from Sizzix, and they're not dies, and they're not stamps, and they're not embossing folders, and wait till you see how my crazy brain thought they should work. I have got a steal of a deal for sure from Ciao Bella and from Memory Box, and gosh, Fine Tech paints. If you do not know about Fine Tech paint, wait. If you like glimmery, not glittery, if you like metallic, if you like watercolors, Fine Tech is beautiful. It's considered a fine art product, but you know what? You don't have to be a fine artist to use it. It just makes you look that much better when you do. So I have got an amazing class for you today, and I have got winner chicken dinner from like the last 3 YouTubes because I've been taping early because we were closed for the holidays. So I was taping a day or 2 early and not giving everybody enough chance to get their comments in so that they could be a winner chicken dinner. So I've got 6 of you to announce. Oh my gosh. If you're just tuning in, I'm Stacy. I'm dyslexic. Not a little dyslexic, like really dyslexic, like my whole life, like problems in school. So reading names is a challenge for me. And well, it can be kind of comical too. Now, this is a full-length commercial-free class. If you've never subscribed to us before, hit the little heart with the SMS over here, and that will get you a subscribe bar, and we'd love to have you as part of the family. For those of you who have been around forever and ever and ever, and those of you who joined last week, thank you. Thank you so much. We appreciate having you here, and thank you for all of your kind comments on getting my 100,000 subscriber silver play plaque from YouTube. It was all about my kids. My kids knew about what that plaque was and have been egging me on to get it for years. And so I was finally glad to be able to say, look at what Mom did. So thank you for all of your congratulations. All of your kind words and your posts were just absolutely amazing. All right, there is so much to do today. So much to do today. I'm going to get straight to winner chicken dinner, and we're going to get started. I also want to let you know I have the information to get into my mother's safety deposit box. I'm not going to do it this week. I might do it next week. I need to do it when I know. Not knowing what I'm going to find in there, I want to have space so that if it's something that I need to cry over, I want to have space to cry, and if it's something I can celebrate, I want to celebrate. So I finally have the information to do it. Let's see. Is it going to be Al Capone? Oh my gosh. For those of you who are also just turning in, my mom passed away several years ago, and I had no idea she had a safety deposit box. We found out well after she passed away, and it turns out that you need certain documents to get into it, and it's taken a really long time to get those documents. But I don't know what my mom would have that she would have put in that safety deposit box. I just see Geraldo Rivera opening the vault and it's empty. But you just never know. It's gonna be a surprise for all of us. And once I do it, won't be this week, might be next week, we'll see. Once I do, I will let you know. And if there's something to show, I will share. All right. So winner chicken dinner. These are peeps who posted comments, nice comments, kind comments, friendly comments. Hey, how you doing comments? And they were approved. It's not part of the live chat. You have to post below. Live chat during the premiere doesn't count. Have to post below. and their comments were approved, and then they were randomly selected to receive a $25 gift card here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, which is already in their online account. Now, also, if you're looking for any of the products in this YouTube, the YouTube Yummy sale is only good for 1 week. So if you're watching this in 2025, I'm sorry, the sale has been over for quite some time on this product. But if you're watching it during the week of the YouTube, also down there is a link, and it's a link to our YouTube Yummies category, and that is where you will find everything, ideally, theoretically, hopefully. I'm the IT person, SMS girl Elena and I, with Michael Jr. helping, we're it. So sometimes during live chat, somebody will say, hey, Stacy, go look at page number, or did you see, or you didn't change this? And I'm like, be right back. All right, you guys, let's talk about Winner Winner Chicken Dinner. I'm just going to read these names off. I'll show them. I'm not going to worry about what YouTube they were from. So our first winner is Nina. Nina, is it Dowlin? Dowlin? Nina, is that you? Hello, Nina. Congratulations. You're a winner chicken dinner here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, and you can see from what YouTube you won. Our next winner is Dawn. I really want to start singing Delta Dawn, but I will get in trouble for copyright infringement. So, Dawn Bergstrom. Hello, Dawn Bergstrom. How are you doing today? You are a winner chicken dinner as well here at Scrapbooking Made Simple. Congratulations. Our next winner is Pat. Pat Scanlon. Hello, Pat Scanlon. There you are. Congratulations to you. Wahoo Kachoo. And our next one is Terry. Terry Bartow. Hello, Terry Bartow. Are you doing the, oh my gosh, she called my name. She called my name. Oh my gosh. Hello, Terry. Then we have Cheryl Boyer. Hello, Cheryl Boyer. Congratulations to you too. There's $25 in your online account just waiting for you. Wahoo Kachoo. And our last one is Mary Alsup. Hello, Mary Alsup. Congratulations to you. Did you ever think you'd win? Did any of you ever think she's never gonna call my name? But there, I did. Rewind it, back it up, hear it again. Call your spouse, your husband, your loved one, your significant other, and make them listen to me call your name too, because you have waited for this moment to get your $25 gift card, and now you have. So, Cheryl, Terry, Pat, Dawn, Nina, and Mary. You're a winner, chicken dinner. You're a winner, chicken dinner. Wahoo, Kachoo, for you. Congratulations. All you have to do is go to your online account. The money's already there. Nothing more to claim or send us an email. Nothing. It's all done. Go have fun spending that any way that makes your heart happy. From SMS to you, thank you so much for just being here with me week after week after week. All right, you guys. So I'm going to tilt on down. We're going to get started for today. There is a lot to do. A lot of playing, not a lot of product, but a lot of playing and thinking about some things outside the box. I have product from Sizzix. It is a worldwide launch, which means we have our order on the way to us and permission to start selling it and showing it at now. Yay. And maybe I'll show you those first. And then I've got something special from Memory Box too. And I might, so maybe I'm going to show you some of the product first just to get it out of the way so you know what's the specials. Like really, really, really special, not just like a little special, like, oh my gosh, buy one, get one free special. And then we'll get into class. So, all right, I'm going to tilt on down. I will see you all later. Don't forget to post your comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And let's go have some fun, right? Let's get creative. Who knows, my hands might even get, nah, my hands aren't going to get inky today. Down we go. Bye. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see if we can zoom in. My son James was working with my camera trying to get a new tripod for me. So everything got torn apart, and I'm hoping we got everything put back together again. It was like Humpty Dumpty in here the other day. Look at that. Is this beautiful? Oh my gosh, look at this sample. That is a Cut N Emboss folder. That is Ciao Bella product. That is Sizzix product. Say what? Where is the Sizzix? You said it was an embossing folder. It's not an embossing folder, but that is a Cut N Emboss folder. How about this one? Isn't that so soft and serene and just almost zen-like? It's just, this is a calming card. Ah, love this card. And again, there's Ciao Bella in there. There's Memory Box in there. There's Sizzix in there. And then the last one I'm going to show you. Well, now, ooh. Ooh. Here we go again with Sizzix and Ciao Bella and Memory Box and Fine Tech. Ooh. Okay, so showed you those. I'm gonna put them there. Do I have them right? Yeah, put them there. I hope I didn't show them upside down. Did I show them upside down? Well, if I did, you'll see them right side up on the other way. Okay, so let's talk about the worldwide launch from Sizzix. This is it. You're like, yeah, it's what? Say what? These are card bases. These are Sizzix card bases, and they are their new neutrals collection. We have oodles of Sizzix card bases. I mean, they've had oodles of colors come out, but this is the first time they've done neutrals. Now, let me grab a pack here. Each of their card sets come with 10 cards and 10 envelopes. So you get 10 cards, 10 envelopes. They retail for $4.99. We've got them down to $3.99. But the neutrals are the latest and the greatest. And right now, this is a worldwide launch on them. I have an I Want It All just on the neutrals, and then an I Want It All on all the other colors they had before that. So there's 2 I Want It Alls for this. If you just want the neutrals because they're the newest and the latest and the greatest, and you may already have some of the other colors, or if you love them all. But I'm going to tell you, these are heavy duty. I think are they 300 GSM, so like 200 pounds, so they're like as heavy as my card bases. And there's something very special about these that I'm going to get to a little bit later in class. But this is the worldwide launch from Sizzix. And their card bases really are lovely. And for the price, I think even $4.99 for 10 and 10 is a good price. $3.99 is an amazing price. So let's put those over there for right now, and I'm going to let these kind of hang with me right here. Then what do I have for Memory Box? I've got their Cut N Emboss Folders. Now I saw these and I wanted these the minute I saw them. They've been out for a little while. Not too long, but a little while. And when I saw them, I contacted Dave and I said, oh, Dave, well done, dude, well done. And can we use these in a YouTube? And he's like, yeah, you can. And what if we do something special for your customers? Now, these retail for $14 each. We're gonna do the 2 of them for $16.99. What's a Cut N Emboss folder? Oh, just you wait. First off, not many companies make them anymore. Kind of hard to find. But could you be any more useful in the design? Love them. And when you're getting literally almost buy one, get one free, it's close enough. Holy smokes, artichokes, you cannot go wrong. So Memory Box, that's an amazing value. I've got from Ciao Bella. The paper, all the pattern paper I'm going to be using today is going to be Ciao Bella. This is Microcosmos. Is it Microcosmos? And it's one of my favorites. It's so pretty. I mean, it's just pretty paper. And I'll open it up and I'll show you all the beautiful papers that are inside of it and everything that you can do to use it. But then I also love collateral rust because it's great for guide cards. And this was a special, a limited edition series on collateral rust. So these retail, I think, for $11.50 each. It's buy one, get one free. You're gonna get both of them for the $11.50. We have a few more of the Microcosmos. So we have a few of these in open stock, none of these in open stock, but it's a buy one, get one free in the bundle. Can't go wrong, and wait till you see all the samples that were made with it. They're beautiful. Last but not least is the original bundle that we had from Memory Box and their paper. This is their wood grain paper, and we used it a couple YouTubes ago. They're getting ready to ship it to us. So I said, you know, we'll show it one more time, just a little bit with the wood grain so you can see what to do with it, because these packs sell, there's 3 different colors. These packs sell for $12 each. Yes, $12 each. There's 25 sheets, so 75 sheets of paper right here. 25 sheets in each one. They sold, I think, for $12 each. We're doing them for $15 for all 3, and I think that brings it down to 20 cents a sheet for embossed wood grain paper from Memory Box. When they're gone, and once they ship us our order, I won't be able to offer it at this price anymore, and they're getting ready to send it on its way. So I said we'll do it one more time and let you see it one more time, and then we'll call it done. So let's get started for today, and I think I will start with maybe some of the wood grain paper. I think that might be the easiest place to start. So Memory Box has this wood grain paper. I said it came in 3 different colors, and it does. And if you recall, in the YouTube I used it in a couple weeks ago, I colored it a lot with different inks, mainly Hero Cubes, and showing how the different colors will absorb the ink a little differently and how best to use them. So I'm just going to take, I've got a couple colors here. You know what? I'm going to cut these in half. They're 8.5 by 11. And I'm just going to color, I'll color some of them. All right, so if I take the white, and maybe a little difficult to see the wood grain, you can hear it for sure. And the wood grain is going in this direction. So I want to take my ink and I want to run my ink in the direction of the grain and just kind of pull it on down. And wow, hello. And then you can see that grain much better. So by just adding a little bit of ink, all of a sudden that grain comes up, right? Now you can see it so much better. That's on white. What if I take that same red, my grain is going in this direction. I don't want to go against the grain. I want to go with the grain to get my color down. So let's do it on my ivory. So the color's a little different because the ivory is absorbing that ink, the color, the red, a little differently than the white. Same color ink, a little bit different color on the paper. And then let's grab this tan. Same thing, my wood grain is going in this direction. And now you can clearly see that it's a different color altogether on the tan. You still get that beautiful wood grain coming through, but between the white, the ivory, and the tan, the same red looks almost 3 different reds, and that all has to do with how that red is being absorbed into the color of the paper. Now this paper is solid core paper, which means if I tear it, it's going to be white all the way through. If I tear it, it's going to be ivory all the way through. If I tear it, it's going to be tan all the way through. It's a solid core cardstock. Unlike perhaps a printed piece of paper, if you have a double-sided paper that's been printed that you're using for scrapbooking and you tear it, it will have a white core because that beautiful printed image started, or it started on white, and then they printed that image for you. The Ciao Bella paper will be white core paper because the pretty, beautiful images they've printed on it, it all started as white. So there's the red. Let's do the blue really quick, just because I can. So I grabbed a navy. I'm going to start on white again, and my grain goes in this direction. And can I mix colors? Of course I can. I'm just trying to give you an idea. And if you go back to that other YouTube, I use inks in a lot of different ways here on this paper. So there's one. Let's try it on the tan. Man, that looks good. Two, and then let's try it on the beige. I want to make sure that I'm running my ink in the same direction as the grain. Okay. So same navy ink from Hero Arts. White, ivory, tan. Look at the difference of the colors. All based on the color of the cardstock I started with. All of them have that fabulous grain coming through. It's all there for you. It highlights it. It brings it up. It makes it special. You don't have to keep an embossed paper just white. You don't have to. You've got options. So now, why am I using this? Well, because we have got their Cut N Emboss folders. I'm going to back up just a little bit. What's a Cut N Emboss folder? Well, an embossing folder is a piece of plastic that's been molded together so that you can put a piece of paper in. So that you can put a piece of paper in, close it up, send it through, and it will force that paper to have an embossing. In fact, you might have an embossing folder that has a wood grain to it, and by using that embossing folder, you can add wood grain to any color paper that you want. A Cut N Emboss folder is a little different. They also have, they're not blades, they have chemically etched dies in here. So wafer thin dies that have been embedded inside the embossing folder, embedded in the plastic. That's why the plastic is so thick. Look at how thick this thing is. So that while you're embossing, you're also going to be die cutting. Now there's no blades, you can't hurt yourself on this. There's no way to hurt yourself doing this. So you can step on it, although don't, but but if a child were to pick this up, it's not harmful. But these little metal edges, I don't know if I can get it in there, that's going to cut paper, and then this is going to emboss all around it, all out of a piece of plastic. So this is considered a tool. This is something you buy and you use again and again and again. This would be considered a consumable. which means you're going to buy it and you're going to use it and use it and use it, but you may find that you need to replace it in time because maybe the ink is all gone. This, if you take care of it, will last you forever, and what it does is amazing. So let's just grab, let's see if this one's big enough. By a hair of a chinny chin chin. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this with just a piece of the white wood grain paper. It's a little smaller than the folder itself, which is fine. You don't need to cut something as big as the folder if you don't want to. Now, how do you know which way is up? You always need those dies cutting into the paper that you want to see at the end of the day. If on your project you want to see that blue and white wood grain piece of paper, you need to be cutting into that blue wood grain piece of paper, because then when you open it up, bam, that's what you're going to use on your project. If you are cutting it and you want to see that blue wood grain, but what you're looking at is not blue wood grain, you need to stop. Whoa, back it up. Beep, 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 beep. Sound effects required. You need to turn that back over. The paper you want to see on your finished project is the paper that should be facing you, and the dies should always be facing you. It's only on a, trust me, you may reverse it once, but you won't ever do it again. So I'm going to start with just the white paper, just so you can see. I've lined it up. It's smaller than my overall folder size. I could absolutely go bigger, but I'm just using scratch paper and I just want to play. I'm going to bring my Big Shot machine over. Now let's back it up a little bit more and go up a little bit. Okay, so I've got my Big Shot machine here and I'm using the manual one. The machines that have been out for the past few years have a base platform and then a solo shim that goes over the top. These are the platforms that you get. They no longer come with a hinged platform. Can you buy the hinged platform? Absolutely, it's sold separately. So, but the machines now come with a base platform and a solo shim. This is so thick that the easiest way to use it is your base platform. You're gonna put your Cut N Emboss folder from memory box straight down onto your base platform. And you're gonna use one cut plate. Very much like the embossing folders we did from Spellbinders last week, the extra large that are 8.5 by 5.5. Those also need to go through the same way. So as opposed to taking 2 cut plates, which is what you would normally do, have a clear plate on the bottom, have your embossing folder, a do not cut plate on top, and send it through, we're just going to forget about that extra platform. Now, if I were to put my solo shim down and put my embossing folder and my top plate and I was to try and send it on through, my machine is going to say no. It is not, it's just, it's just not gonna take it. It's saying nope, too thick. So you have to back something out. Let's take that solo shim out. Amazing that something so thin can make such a difference in whether it will cut or not. Let's put this back on just my base platform, just with my do not cut, and let's send it through now. And away it goes. I open it up, and bam. It's cut out all my little squares. So the dies here have cut out all my little windows, which I may be willing to save these, because if you cut enough of them, you can do something fun with them. But there is my embossing. Can you see it? So it cut and it embossed all at the same time. And this is pretty. It looks pretty. I mean, it looks good. But let's compare it to perhaps doing it with the blue. So let's put it in there. Nope, Stacy. Dies have to be facing. I have to be able to see the dies when I close it up. Let's lay it down. And once you get it down, then you can start centering it. Like I see that my embossing goes all the way down here, so I can move my paper down just a little bit so that it covers the top ridge and it covers the bottom window seal. And now let's run it on through. Now, gosh, if you're using a Spellbinders machine, I'm not sure that these will go through. I don't know the sandwich for some of the other machines. I only know the sandwich for Sizzix machines. So again, there are all my little extra pieces. See, wouldn't those, I mean, these would be cute to maybe die cut some letters out of. I don't know, they'd just be cute to do something with. And let's go ahead and let's trim this out. And now you've got the cut and emboss in the blue with the wood grain. This is a little more elegant, a little more perhaps formal, just in the plain white. Well, I guess formal is up to you with what you put with it. You could absolutely make you could make both of these super country. You could make this one elegant. You could make it, gosh, you just have options all over the place. And then when you start playing with the wood grain and getting into the colors, then it changes everything for you. But these are easy to use. It's one roll. You're going to roll it through your machine once to get the cut and the embossing. It's not a two-step process, just a one-step process. Will this go through a Sizzix little boutique-y machine? They have this little pursy thing. No can do. This is just too thick. Will it go through a Big Shot? Yes. A Big Kick? Yes. A Vagabond? Yes. A Big Shot Pro? Yes. A Big Shot Plus? Yes. A Big Shot Fabi or an older Vintage? Absolutely. So what will it go through? The one the old red one that we use as a doorstop now, that has the long metal and you push it down and you press it? Not so much. It's not meant for that. But if you've got any kind of a Sizzix Big Shot or Big Kick machine, you should be more than fine. And they're just beautiful, really beautiful. Let me put these to the side because we may get to them later. Now, they have come out. Memory Box has 2 windows. And again, they retail for $14 each, which is not a bad price for a cut and emboss folder. An embossing folder this size would usually run $5.99 to $7.99 easily. And then add the feature that you get the windows cut out for you as well. $14 is a reasonably fair price. These are hard to manufacture, and not many companies do. But like I said, we've got them both at $16.99 for you. You get both of them for that price. So a really great deal from Dave at Memory Box, and we really, really appreciate it. Now, let's take a look maybe, well, let me cut this one just so you can see it. We'll cut this one just in, maybe in the red. So I'm gonna put it in. Oh, I still have paper in here from the last one I did. Well, from one you haven't seen yet. From me playing. So my dies, you can see the metal. See the metal there? That's facing me. The paper I want to see when I'm finally done is facing me. I close it up. And if you want to, you can absolutely take a Sharpie marker and write top on it or this way up. Up to you. I just know that because it's got those dies in it, it's very easy for me to know that that's face up. All right, I've kind of lined it up. Again, I didn't have to utilize the entire space. I could have even cut it smaller. It's really up to you. Bring my machine over. Down, down, down. Send it on through. It's a pretty easy roll. At the end, you'll get a little, there you go. That's what you get at the end. There are my 4 little rectangle windows that I can save and do something with. And here, oh, that was a bad cut. I think the the wood grain should be easy to follow, right? Not so much sometimes. And let's take a little off of this side. Little off the top, please. All right, so there we go. And you can see all the detail and the cuts. So I'm gonna save this one too because we may come back and use it later. And you're saying, well, that's really great, but it can be a little difficult to see what's going on there, that the emboss, when you get it live and in person, you have no trouble seeing it. I'm not sure if the camera can grab it or not, but it looks amazing. Now, these cards from Sizzix. Okay, let's talk about these, shall we? The neutrals and, well, actually any color with the exception of the white. The white is white. But I want to say, gosh, do they have maybe 10 colors normally and then 5 new ones? That they've got quite the little stash of color. Let's see. So I've got this one, and I've got this one. I'm just grabbing some of the cards, some of the colors that they do, so you can see the other colors that they come in. And all of them are on sale, but the neutrals are the latest and the greatest. Pretty colors, right? Is that a card? Nope, that's an envelope. 10 cards, 10 envelopes, $3.99. And let's grab this one. And I think that's almost all of them. So these are your new colors, and these are some of your existing colors. Now, let me tell you, I was not overly excited about these. I was not. I'm like, okay, they're cards, okay. They're card bases, I get it. They're great, I love the colors, but wait, I have to tilt up and talk to you because I can't talk to myself and I need to feel like I'm talking to you. So let me go on back. So, Sizzix Sarah and ta-da, it's Taylor. She's my new gal at Sizzix. They came here at Ellison. They came here for an appointment, and I got to see so much cool stuff. I mean, like, oh. Unfortunately, there is a non-disclosure agreement that I signed that apparently is good for 5 years. So I can't tell you about any of it, but I can tell you about this. So they came in and they showed me all of the wonderful product coming, and then they showed me the card bases, the neutrals, and I'm like, yeah, they're card bases. And they said, no, they're pretty card bases. And I'm like, oh, girls, I love you, but they're card bases. They're a good price, yes. And I like the fact that the envelopes are the exact same color. I mean, the exact same color as the card base. I like that very much. That can be hard to come by when you have matching envelopes and matching card bases. Quite frequently, if you have a colored card base, you often have a white envelope. And I liked the fact that these did not have white envelopes. You can get white envelopes anywhere, but to have a card and an envelope match was kind of nice. And then I'm thinking to myself, so we're talking about stuff and we're moving along, and I'm giving him my poker face, which I am excellent at during a meeting. Like, you have no clue if I'm excited about your product, if I can't stand the product, if I'm hungry, if I have to go potty. No, if I have to go potty, you know. So my face just totally goes blank when we're looking at product, because I don't want to give anything away until I'm ready. So as we're looking through the rest of the stuff, these cards just kept floating in my mind. Not because I needed card bases, it just kept sticking in my mind. The envelopes match perfectly. How is it that the envelopes match perfectly? Envelopes are at a totally different weight than a card base. And these card bases are 300 GSM, which means they're 200 pounds. They're as heavy as my card bases. Nicely done. Well done. And I'm like, the inside and the outside, same color, envelope, inside, outside. Now, I don't know why I fixated on this, but I did, and I do fixate. Anybody who knows me will know that if I get something in my brain, I cannot move on, not really, until I have processed and worked it out. So I am sure that they were talking, and I was going, but my brain was going, What is up with these card bases, and why do they have perfectly matched envelopes? So I asked them to pull them out one more time, and they were sitting over to the side, and I grabbed one and I opened it up and I'm playing with them. And I turn it to the side, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's white. If you look on the side, but there's no cracking on the score, on the crease. But it's white, but there's no cracking. Usually if you have white core paper and you score it, quite frequently it will crack and that white will come through, which is why people generally don't use white core paper for card bases. My mind is running. I haven't said anything yet. I'm still tinkering and holding and playing and feeling and going, as they're talking. And then finally I look at them and I say, this is white core paper. And they look at me like, huh? I said, your card bases. You've made them with white core, heavy white core paper. And they said, oh, that's nice. I said, I said, that's how you got your envelopes and your card bases to match. They said, great. Does that make it even better for you, Stacy? I can see that they're looking at each other like this woman is losing it. I said, well, actually it does make it better for me. Yes, it does. Why? Because I can use them in a totally different way, kind of, than what they were intended for. So I call downstairs, bring me up the memory box embossing, Cut N Emboss Folders. Bring them up. I had 2 downstairs, 2 of each on my desk. Bring them up. And so I don't know if it was SMS girl Renee or Claire or Elena. We don't have an elevator, and we're ladies of a certain age, as Claire says. And so up and down the stairs we go. And they bring them in, and they're like, what is so special about white card bases? I said, well, when you tear it, it tears to white. That's very special in my land, in my world of creating. Anytime you have something that will change into something else, do something else, become something else, that's magic to me. Something that is more than what you see gives you more options and more value for your money. That's how my brain works. So when you tear them, they tear to white. So they bring up, and all they have, really, all they have are samples, just rough samples of these colors. I mean, like when they left, I was only allowed to keep, they only had one package of each to show, because this was a little while, this was, gosh, maybe a month and a half ago. They hadn't come in yet. They still aren't here yet. Mine are on the way. Thank you very much. But I couldn't keep the packages because that was all they had. So I was allowed to take like 3 of each card and 3 envelopes out of the pack of 10. And then they could take the rest back for their design team to work on. But at least I had something to hold and see and feel and touch. Okay. So we bring in the embossing folders. This is where you're gonna have to go with me. You're just gonna have to trust me on this, and you're gonna have to try and get inside my brain. It hurts a little bit, I know, but you'll have to see what I was thinking and why I needed to have them. Okay? Are you ready? All right, down we go again. And a big thank you to Sizzix Sarah, and ta-da! It's Taylor from Ellison, who had no clue that while they were talking, my brain was someplace totally different. So you might have to come back for another appointment because I might have missed just a little bit of it. But look at what I got. Okay, down I go. Bye. And since I'm a poker face, they had no idea if I was there or not. Okay, so I'm gonna hold these to the side, and I'm gonna get a pack. I have a pack. Okay, so let's grab, I don't know, do I want the black or do I don't know. Okay, so inside, I'll use this is the only pack that I have that's got enough, that's got a whole set. So inside one pack, you get the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards and the matching 10 envelopes, okay? So when I had them bring these to me and I went to go play with the memory box, the first thing I did is I grabbed one and I put it right inside, which is great. If I wanted to cut that window, well, it wouldn't even cut in here. I mean, the die isn't thick enough to go through. It's scored. So what am I gonna do? Okay, well, I could do this, but then it doesn't really center, right? Can you see it's not centering? Maybe if I use a bright color. Let's grab a bright color and see if I can get a bright color. Hello, bright color. So I can't do this. While it fits in the embossing folder, it will end up trying to cut through both pieces of paper and will leave lines, and some of it might cut, some of it might not cut. So can't do that. If I do this, then oh yeah, then you can totally see it. Now I'm off center. Let me zoom in just a little bit and go. Ooh, that's a lot of me, but that's okay. Back down. Okay, so if I do this, now it is off center. So if I cut this and I send this through my machine, your window is going to be way over here with this off center here. Okay, so then if I line it up like this and I send it through, let's bring my machine over. So I can't send it through this way because the paper hanging out the side. Can't wrap the paper around it because of course then it's going to score and bend and you're going to see that line because of the pressure that it sends through. What if I did it this way? Well, as it happens, a memory box embossing folder is just a hair too wide. I mean, it's like this much too big for me to send it through that way. And then I started to think, well, oh, I bet if we did this and that, we could make stunning. And for only $3.99. What if I took some of my card bases One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10. Ta-da! What if I took my 10 card bases? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I cut them up. You're like, what? I know. I cut them up. For every one card base that I cut, I can make 2 cards. So for every one card base that I cut up, I can make 2 cards. So now I'm at 4 cards. I've cut up 2 card bases and I've got 4 cards here that I can make. Let's cut up one more. Card number 5, card number 6, and then you are left over with 1 card base to do whatever you so choose. And then I have 10 envelopes. So you know that if you accidentally make a mistake on an envelope, you're going to be able to get 7 cards. I know it says it comes with 10, but we're going to do 7 cards, and that leaves you 3 extra envelopes just in case you make an error in your addressing. Why did I do this? Well, let's play. So I've got a card base, and now what has become a mat. A card base, and now what has become a mat. And it's not just any mat, it's a perfect match mat. Card base, perfect match. Card base, perfect match. So am I willing to give up 3 card bases for $3.99? Remember, you're getting them for $3.99 so that I can have everything match, including the envelopes. Oh, you bet I am. So let's take my card base. Here's my mat. Here's my card base. Now let's put it in there. And looky there. Look at that. Easy peasy mac and cheesy. Fits just fine. Let's send it on through. There it is. I can trim it down to whatever I need. Got all my little extra squares over here. I can trim this down to whatever size it is I want. So it's a little, I have a little bit too much over here. I didn't cut perfectly straight when I separated them. No big deal. How big do I want? Do I want it to cover almost the full size of the card base? If I do, then I just leave it. If I want to do matting, then I trim it down. But this is white core paper, right? So what if I grab my sanding block? And I just give it a little bit of a distress to bring that embossing up. A little bit of my Couture Creations sanding block just to bring. Now you can really see the embossing, right? Yay! And what if I do decide I want to trim it down just a little bit? Maybe I want just a little bit off the sides. And maybe a little off the top. You would use a trimmer. I'm freehanding it. Now, what am I going to put behind there? That's where the beautiful, beautiful product from Ciao Bella comes in. Whether you're the collateral rust, the limited edition, special edition collateral rust. What's Ciao Bella paper pads? Okay, so this is their creative card kit. And it is made up of coordinating papers that you can trim down in size. You can make cards out of them. You can make layouts out of them. You can make altered art or mixed media. Here are 4 cards waiting to happen. All you have to do is trim them out and put them on your card base. Here's the back side. This is, look at the tags. Trim them out, punch the hole. You've got sentiments, you've got sayings, you've got embellishments, you've got fabulous paper. And that is what their creative kits have. A little bit of everything that goes together beautifully. I mean, just beautifully. Page after page after page. So those of you who are familiar with Ciao Bella, and we carry Ciao Bella, and I have done creative kits in the past, they are popular, they are affordable, they are cost effective, they are user friendly, and they give you options. I'm still going, right? I mean, I'm still showing you the paper. Talk about great paper for everything guy related. Now, what do I want to do with this? What if I took gosh, I don't know which one I want. And that put right behind it. What if I took that one and put it right behind it? Options are yours with this. What if I took and put behind it? You get to choose. What if I did that behind it? All right, well, let's grab one of them. We got to do one of them, right? Right. All right, so let me put the, oh, I don't know, maybe I like that one right behind it. Oh, I think I like this one. We're gonna go with this one. So I'm gonna cut this one out. And it doesn't have to be perfect because I'm gonna cut it down again. I'm gonna figure out where it is I want it to show through that window. Where do I want to show through that window? Do I want to show less car and more sky, more car? Where do I want to put it? And then I can trim it. Do I want the car kind of off to the side? Oh, I think I like that right there. So now all I have to do is trim behind it. Get rid of my excess. Doesn't have to be pretty. Nobody's gonna see what's on the back side. Turn it over and let's tape it down. I'm using Stacy tape. You don't need a lot because this isn't going to be the finished, but I can tell you right now that they match perfectly. But I want to set it off just a little bit. So what if I was to grab a piece of black paper and I was to give myself just a little bit of a mat? Just a little bit. You don't need much. So a little bit more there. And a little bit more there. And now I'm going to peel that Stacy tape off. So I'm going to take that liner and peel that liner off and expose my sticky. When do you get card bases where you can have the exact same color mat that's white core that has the matching color envelope? I say never. I haven't seen it. I had to think a little bit. How can they have the the envelope and the card base be the exact same color. And then it dawned on me. White envelopes are great, fabulous. White card bases are great, amazing. But if you have the opportunity to play and do something a little different, and it's $3.99 for 10, but if you do it the way I'm doing it, you'll maybe be able to make 7 different cards. Bam. Let's tape it down and then the envelope. I'm willing to use 3 card bases. If these were $9.99 for the cards bases, oh heavens, I would not even be suggesting it. But it's not. They're $4.99 regularly. On sale, $3.99, but even at a $4.99, that's 50 cents a card. You do a better job taping down than I am. I'm willing to give up a little bit to get a finished product. I mean, when you think about it, how much to get the right finished product, what have we been willing to put ourselves through to get the right color glitter, the right color marker? This seemed to be such an easy idea. And then to have the coordinating envelope. And when you use them with the memory box, cut and emboss, because they're white core. If they weren't white core, I would not be, woo! But it's white core. So it works with that memory box folder so you can sand it and bring up that embossing. My mind is a very, it's a busy mind. Bam. Oh my gosh. Put a sentiment inside. You have the matching envelope and you are good to go. This is so nice. I only do white cards, but I've never seen white core cards with the matching colored envelopes that you can sand in at this weight in this many colors. They're amazing. They really are. Love them to death. And remember, you have to knowingly to do this. You can't go find, you're not going to find a piece of paper this color. You can't go into a craft store or look online and say, oh, I'm going to want this, what are they calling this, a gray or something? I don't know what they're calling it, but I'm not going to find this color. Or I'll walk into a craft store and I'll be able to take this and match this identically to a piece of cardstock they have in their store. It won't happen in mine. I doubt it would happen in the best of stores. But you don't have to do that. You don't have to worry. You just, for every 1 card you cut into 2, you have the mat for 2 cards. You cut 1, you make 2. You cut 1, you make 2, and it will let you make 6 cards like this, plus you have a regular card to whatever you're going to do with. You get 7 cards in total. 6 of them will have a matching mat. Love this. Made my heart so happy. Okay, so let's look at the I don't want to take these too far. Let's look at the microcosmos paper because it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Oh, and on the back sheet, on this page, don't throw this away. You use this and you use this and you use this and this, or You use this and this. All of the front pages are usable too, front and back. But this paper is gorgeous. Elena did a card series in one of our YouTubes a while ago where she used this, and everybody wanted to know where she got it from. We've used the rice paper from this collection, but this is just beautiful. We have a few extras of these to be sold as open stock, but the deal is the buy one, get one free. You buy this one, you're gonna get collateral rust. You love collateral rust, you're gonna get this one. You don't have to choose. Look at how pretty they are. Right? They're beautiful. All right, let's take a, I don't know, let's take a black card base. So I'm gonna cut one, and that will allow me to make 2 cards. And I'm not going to be worrying if I'm exactly straight or not, because I'm going to end up trimming them down anyway. So here are now my 2 mats. Here's my card base. I'm going to use, am I going to use this one? No, I think I'm going to stick with my oval, my arch top. Don't want to lose that. And let's cut this one. So again, thankfully this is the same on both sides, so it doesn't matter which side faces you. But I need to make sure that those dies are facing me, and I'm just going to kind of center it where I want it. Bring over my machine. And send it through. There it is. I got my little extra pieces here. If you want to save them, save them. I got a whole collection going on over there. And now I can decide, now I can go through this paper and I can decide what I want to be behind there. Oh, okay. How about that? I mean, I didn't get very far, did I? Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. Okay, I should look further, shouldn't I? Or that. Or that. Or that. And then I've got the back side. I could do this. This paper is absolutely gorgeous. It's up to me where I want to go with it. Or this. Okay, I'm going to take this one. I thought I was going to do the first one, but I've changed my mind. Girl has prerogative to change her mind. So I'm going to cut this sheet out. And cut this guy down a little bit. And now I can decide where I want him to be. I want him higher. See, if I go too high, then I don't see his beak. There we go. If I go too low, then I don't see my flower. So you just kind of move it until you find the right position where you're most happy. I think that looks pretty good right there. Okay, so do I want to cut my window down at all? I think I'll cut a little bit off the top. And I think I'll take a little off the sides. Just so I have some room. A little off the side. Okay. And do we want to give it a little bit of a sanding? Bring out that embossing just a little bit. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. Oh, wrong way. So a little bit of a sanding. Just to maybe distress it up just a little bit, just to highlight that embossing and pull that embossing up a little. Don't have to go crazy. You can go crazy. You can sand as much as you like. And this is Ozzy Andrews Couture Creations sanding tool. Okay, not a lot, just a little, just to bring the embossing up and vintage it up a little bit. I know that's where I want to go, somewhere right around there. So now I'm going to trim my paper down just a little bit more. And again, I don't care if it's straight or not, I just need to get it smaller than my mat, my die cut, my cut and emboss. That's all I need to do is make sure that it's smaller than that. In fact, I can go up even a little bit more. So there I am. Now I've got room to put some tape and tape it down. Let's grab a little Stacy tape. And 1, 2. Okay, that's where I'm at. And then let's see. Ooh. Ooh. What if I use, remember this was the other half. What if I turn this over and I use this for just a little extra color? Okay, let's tape it down. You would do a much better job of taping than I'm going to do. I'm just trying to get it down so you can see where we are, because then we're going to need to move on and start playing with those. In fact, I'm going to get these so I'm going to get these Fine Tech paints wet. These are Fine Tech. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of water in them just to get them started. And then I'm going to let them sit there while we're doing this, just to let them bloom a little bit. Okay, so let's take off my tape. That was, oh, Stacy Park. I just sprayed alcohol in there. That's not what I was going for. Let's try that again. Thankfully, my alcohol, my hand sanitizer, is not going to harm my paint. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. Let's pull it up. It would have just evaporated. And let's try some water, shall we? I'm like, what's that smell? I smell alcohol. Oh, and I stuck it down on my... Okay, this is where editing would come in, but nope, let's just go for it. Okay, so we're back to peeling off my tape. And let's... How about we put it there? And now I'm just going to finish cutting my mat. Just to add a little extra color. Okay, and my black card base. Everything coordinates. Everything matches. The black and the black and the black. Black is hard to match. Everything coordinates, everything matches. And I used a half a sheet of paper out of, I don't know, 11 or 14, I think it's 11 sheets of paper that are double-sided. Let's tape that one down super fast. See, there's that back side that I might not have used, so works great there. Let's make sure my card opens properly, because these will go to the church to be sold so that underprivileged kids can go to church camp during the summer church camp. And there we go. And the matching envelope. They're yummy, they're beautiful, they're easy. You're just giving yourself permission to take one of the cards and cut it up to make 2 complete cards so that you have everything pre-coordinated for you. It's done. All you have to do is decide, what are you going to put behind the windows? These windows, the memory box, are perfect for this. Perfect. What are you going to put behind there? And with all the things you get from the creative pads, your options just go and go and go and go. The girls made the most beautiful samples using these. But what are the fine tech paints that are sitting in front of me? Okay, let's do that. Let's grab those fine tech paints. I'm going to put these right there so I don't forget about them. Okay, fine tech paints. This is the third set of fine tech paints that we've done here at Scrapbooking Made Simple. Fine tech paints are a watercolor paint. They are considered a fine art medium. These are a pearlescent metallic, and they are as highly pigmented, gosh, I mean, there's one grade higher, but you'd really have to be selling your art for commissions. I mean, you'd have to be commissioned to do artwork to even, these are so highly pigmented. Let me grab a piece of black paper and let me show you. So first off, you need to add some water, not hand sanitizer. You need to add some water to them, and you never take that water out. That water will dry up in time and just evaporate, and then you close it up. I'm going to use a flat brush, and I think the most important thing to know is that a little goes a long way. So I've got them here, and let's start with this one. So it's starting to kind of bloom, and if I want to add a little more water, which I think I'm going to put them there, and I'll do the coloring there. So straight out of the tin, the color you get is strong. It's coverage is amazing. A little goes a long way. If I wanted to drag that color, I could put a little water down, get my brush in there, and you can see the water's changed to the color of my paint. And now I can go in there and I can drag that color if I want. It's all about the water content. How much you use, it will dilute down, but the pigment is so high that I could be watering down I haven't put my brush back in my paint well. And yet I still have color. That's how strong the pigment is. That's how much you get. I could add water back up here and dilute that down. And I am not using watercolor paper right now. This is just 100-pound cardstock. So it's all up to you what you want to do with them. Just know a little will go a long way. Little goes a long way. These fine techs will last you, they'll last you years. Well, it depends on how much you use them, I will say that. But they are meant to, they're meant to move, and that is what fine art product does. Fine art product gives you the best quality out there without you necessarily being the best artist. It gives you the best opportunity to make something fabulous from the get-go. Without anytime you work with a product that is just meh, and then you use something that is so much superior, it's inevitable that your finished product is always going to look better when you start with better product. It just is. And because these aren't from the scrapbooking, paper crafting world, they're not the most inexpensive. Let me tell you, I'm not going to tell you that they're necessarily in everybody's budget. But what you get and how long you keep them makes it worth the investment. So this is the third set that we're doing. I'm going to bring over, let's get another piece of black paper, because I want you to see all the colors. So, and I just keep putting a little water in there to keep them wet. It doesn't hurt them, and you can just let it evaporate and dry and then close it up. So let's get a little water on the side. So I did this one already. I'm going to cut this in half. It's just too big for me. There, that feels better. So I did this one already. I'm gonna kind of wash out my brush on a baby wipe. Load up my brush. I can put a little water down here if I want to make it go further. This brush is really loaded. Look at that color. It's beautiful. This brush is really loaded. Gosh, I hate not using all that color. And a little bit here. And that red is beautiful. Okay. And a little bit of water in there. Now, one of these colors is a color shifter. Which means when you rotate it, it'll have an interference color to it. Gosh, I'm thinking this one might be the one. It's almost got a purple iridescence to it. Well, see, now I need to go back make this one more solid. Okay, and then our last two. So the reason I picked these, and it wasn't just my decision, the SMS girls had a big say. There's 4 sets that I want to bring to you. None of the colors duplicate in any of the sets that we currently have, and we only have 2. So by the time we're all done, we'll have, I think, 6 sets with no 2 colors the same. The reason why this one was selected is because the last, well, there's 3 colors here that work amazing with the collateral rust, and all of, well, I guess all of these colors would work with collateral rust, but they all work with the Microcosmos too. Look at how, I mean, that's fine tech. That's beautiful. And remember, that's full on intensity. You don't have to have it that intense. I could water down pick up just a little bit of water over here. And go in there. The more water, the more diluted it's going to be. Do they blend? Yes. Yes, they do. So you want to mix them together and blend them together. You go right ahead. A little bit goes a long way. Make it as strong, as intense as you want it to be. Or not. You put it on and it's a little too strong, you add some water. And you can move it around. Options are yours what to do with this, but it's beautiful. Can you take it and pick it up? Yeah. A little bit of a baby wipe and you can pick it up. It's not dry, it's water soluble. You want to lay a little more down? Sure, go ahead. Your call. So this is Fine Tech, a highly pigmented metallic watercolor that you would find in most fine art stores. Let's see, the other two sets that we've had are a interference set. So while these may all look white, they are very much like the acrylics that I used last week, where they add a magnificent color when you use them. They look white, but they are not. Looks white. I'm using this one right here. But it is not. That one looks white. So these are the watercolor version of the acrylic paints I used last week. Can you use them the same way I used them last week? No, these won't work. You're gonna have a hard time putting these on a brayer and then rolling them over an embossing folder. Okay, so this is one set that we've had before and it has the 6 colors, all interference. And then the other set we had was the starter set. And you can see I've loved mine. There are no 2 colors that are the same in these sets. In fact, they're not even close to the same. So if you have this set and you're worried about getting this one that you'll have duplicates, nope. And then the next set we add on top of this one will not have any of these colors. And the next set we add on top of that one won't have any of them. So we're just gonna keep building on the sets. so that you have the most beautiful metallic watercolors ever. All right, so what am I going to do with these now that I've got them? Well, I could very easily go in and maybe grab and add some beautiful little detail. I could go in and paint some of them in with some of these colors and just jazz them up a little bit, you know, spruce them up a little bit. But I want to go back to my card bases. I want to go back to what I was working on. And do I have to use black? No, I don't have to use black. In fact, you know what? Let's show you real quick on a piece of white paper. Let's show you what these same colors look like on white, just so you have a reference. And I am not using watercolor paper. So I'm just using 100-pound SMS cardstock. Are they even better on watercolor paper? Yeah, but do you have to have it? No. Okay, so a little bit of water just to keep them smiling and happy. This is the one that's the interference. It's got gold in it. So one color. Two. Three. Four. Five. Six. Just so you can see, still the shimmer and shine, but so you can see the difference between black and white paper. They're equally as beautiful on white paper, which for a metallic watercolor is hard to do. Anything that would be less pigmented would not give you this intensity on white. It just can't. So now you have a reference between the two. You don't have to just use dark colored paper. You can use beautiful light colored papers. You can go in there and paint a few little details if it makes your heart happy. Come in and just add a little bit of here and a little bit of there, not too much. You're not trying to repaint. You're just trying to add a little pop so when somebody moves it, it kind of winks at them. Just a little bit of a pop, not much, but you can absolutely go in there and use these to add that accent without any problem. I want to go back to my card bases. And I think we'll do one in black and we'll do one in, I don't know, this. Did I I do the, yeah, I did that gray one, so maybe we'll do one in kind of this color. So remember, I'm going to cut 1 to get 2. And I've cut 1 to get 2. So I've got the mat for this one ready to go. And I've got the mat for this one ready to go. And I've got one more mat here that I can work with. So let's take those card bases and put them away. And now I can decide what I want to do with these. So what do I want to paint them with? What colors make my heart happy? How about we do this one here? Okay, so I'm going to do this one with a little bit of the red. And this is the Sizzix card bases, remember, that I've cut up. And if I want to thin that out a little bit of water, and then I can come in and I can thin it out a little bit. The thing about the Sizzix card bases is that because they're printed on, they don't ball up. They're not going to dissolve. What I can tell you is if you do not have enough paint down, the water actually tends to bead up a little bit. So don't be alarmed. A little water, little paint, and go back in until you get the color that you're looking for. What do I think? I think I'm gonna a little bit more. Just go straight across, all the way up. Now I'm gonna leave a few little fingerprints in there because my hands are touching wet paper and watercolor and it's pulling. I'm going to be okay with that because I'm going to be trimming this down. But if you need the entire piece, it's so forgiving. Now as this dries, oh, I've got it darker up there and lighter on the bottom, but as this dries, that metallic is going to come through. Look at that. It looks like metal. It's beautiful. So let's let that one kind of dry for a second. And then let's do this one. What if I do this one more in the oranges and the browns? So that orange is super strong, I know that. So I'm going to kind of dissolve it down and use what I've got loaded in my brush. See, look at, see how that, look at, see, it just went right over the top. Look at that. It's got a coating. The paper has got a coating on it, which is causing it to do that. Am I going to worry? Nope. I'm just going to go, go, go. Go, go, go. And I'm just going to continually go back and forth over it until I've got the color that I want. A little bit more water. Gosh, and maybe if I add a little bit of brown, ooh, the color is magnificent. Maybe I add a little bit of brown in there. And just blend that brown kind of on in. It's a coppery, no, it's not copper, it's bronze. A little bit of water. And the paper's still holding up. I know it's hard to believe, but that card base is still holding up. And that's a testament to the quality that Ellison uses. Mind you, it may be a $4 card base. I mean, $4.99 for 10 is a pretty reasonable price, and $3.99 for 10 is even better. And yet look at how they hold up. I can just keep going and going and going. It's not balling, it's not tearing. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry and see what we get. And now this one is dry. Look at how pretty is that? Do I want it more red? I don't know, I could, but let's go ahead and let's cut it. So this time, I think I will use this one. So I'm gonna put it in, close it up, decide where I want to line it up, and send it on through. I've got my base platform. I've got my memory box Cut N Emboss folder, die, so I can see the die. And the paper I want to see in my finished project is facing me. I've got a cut plate over the top, or a do not cut plate. And I'm going to send it on through. And you know what? I'm going to use this one too. I don't know what we did with this. We did something with that, but I'm going to use that too. Okay, so I'm going to use this piece too, because this one is sitting there and I'm just going to send it on through. So my paper's down, my die is down, kind of line it up the way I want it to be. And let's send it on through. Here's my first one. Here's my second one. Gosh, and I could have used this too. See, I knew I saved these for a reason. Maybe I'll cut that one too. Who knows? So now I have two of these. Slightly different colors, that's perfectly fine. And now I have options again. What do I want to do with them? Do I want to leave them just as they are and find something beautiful to go behind it? Do I want to leave them just as they are? I can. Ew, that's so pretty. I can. Oh, this is, okay, so this one goes better right here. This color goes better with this rose. And this one goes better right there. So I could just leave them exactly the way they are, or I can do more. I have options. Can I sand them? Yes, absolutely. I can come in here and a little bit of sanding. And instead of it sanding to white, it's going to sand to the black that's underneath. So I'm going to take off just a little bit of that fine tech paint to expose the black, and below the black is the white. So if you sand long enough and hard enough, you'll eventually get to the white. But I want to just expose a little bit of that black, because that black is that perfect match to my card base, because, well, it is my card base, right? I mean, it's all in the cards. Well, in the card bases. It's all in the card bases. And who would think Ellison would be, I don't even know if they knew what they had when they had it, that by doing them on white core and having the envelopes match allowed you to do so much more. Okay, I'm gonna cut that little guy off. Let's just cut this little dude right here. And look at how nicely that doesn't even cut into that piece. Well done, Ciao Bella. So I can sand that black to come through. Get rid of just a little bit of that shine. I'm not doing anything different than what I did here. Only instead of sanding to white, I'm sanding to the color of the card base. And yes, if you sand long and hard enough, you're going to get to white. Let's tape that down. Look, it has, nobody's gonna notice it was from the, from the packaging. Nobody needs to know. Where do I want it? A little higher. Oh, Stacy, think long, think wrong, right? That's good enough. Let's see if I can get that down. So does it take long to do? No. What takes long is your playing. You start to play with the colors, and you start to play with the embossing folders, and you start to sand, and you start to play. But does it take long to do this? Heavens no, not at all. And then of course I can trim. Now you don't have to trim down as far as I am. You can leave more of a border around it if you want. But I like the idea of finding a pretty mat to go with it. Oh, I hate to cut that. Oh. You're not going to see much. So is it okay if it, there's that one. I'm not crazy about that one. I don't know, it's very hard to cut into this paper, I will tell you. It is so beautiful. I'm gonna go with the first one. What's on the other side of it? Yeah, I'm gonna go with this one, and I'm gonna be okay that I'm cutting into it, and I might, let's see, what are the items that I would least likely use is where I'm gonna cut. And I'm gonna say for me, probably the circles. So let's tape it down. And then let's cut. Yeah, I wish I had thought about doing what Ellison did. If I was going to do colored card bases, that's the way I would want to do them. One of the reasons why we never have is because I've never been able to get anything but white envelopes for them because the card bases were solid cardstock. Now I know why. You have to be willing to print your card bases. Start with a white card base and print the color on both sides. And then print the envelope to match. And as much as I'd love to do that, Ellison has the pockets to facilitate it. Okay. And then how pretty it is. Let's tape it down. We'll do some up here and some down below, just so it's down. One, two, let's make sure I open the card properly. That way when we go to give it to the church, I think they sell them for 50 cents or $1 a card. But it supports kids going to camp. Right? Look at how easy that was. But I had this one here, right? Have this one here. What if instead of sanding, I went back in and I picked up my color this way. Just pick up a little bit of that color to expose that black again. just so it had that distressed look. Just so that black ties back into your card base. You have the option. Why not use it? It's easier to pick the color up than to try to just paint where you want. And because these card bases are hardy, they can take it. They can absolutely take. Let's see, where's my card base? Oh, I need another black one. Ooh, I'm running low. Low. Because that matches perfectly. All you do is take your baby wipe. You could even take a little Q-tip to go in there. Just a little bit of water. Well, with the baby wipe, you don't add any water. Baby wipe just picks it right up. And you can pull up as much color as you want. Now, if you pull up too much color, what do? Add some back. Just paint it right back on. No big deal. It's a matter of what you like best. Do you want to pick it up with water? Do you want to sand it? Do you want to do a little bit of both? Now that I've got that off, I could add a little sanding and get a little white going through there if I wanted to. Let's see if I can get some white through there. Oh yeah. And to stress it a little bit more, some of you are saying you just ruined it. Well, maybe. I don't know. Somebody else is saying, oh yeah, distress away. I don't know. If I don't like it, I can go back and put some more red over the top of it. Can you? Yeah, sure. Is that what color did I use? Right in over the top. And then I can pull color up again. It's all up to you. All the options are yours to do. Got a little orange. My brush wasn't clean, but that's okay. All up to you. What do you want to do? Then let's take and find, oh yeah, let's use, now see, that's going to bother me now. That's going to make me sad. I did use the red, didn't I? Get some of this brown out of my brush. Tone down some of that white without getting rid of all of it. Oops, don't wipe off that color. It almost looks like from Italy. I think I used the wrong color. I think that was supposed to be pink. I think it was supposed to be pink. Well, no, it wasn't that pink. Was it this pink? Well, you know what? We're just gonna go with it. When in doubt, paint it out. Now it's a little bit of everything. That works for me too. It's only paper. Okay, I'm okay with that too. So let's see what we're gonna put behind it. Let's grab that one. I know I wanna use this one. Here it is. So I wanna cut from there to about there. I don't wanna cut the whole thing because I don't need the whole thing. Okay, that works for me. Let's cut this down a little bit. Let's decide where I want my flower to be. Do I want it like this? Or do I want it like that? Or I think that looks pretty good, right? Maybe right at that edge. Right at that edge, let's tape it down so I don't lose it. Okay, and then I can cut off my rest. Oh yeah, that works for me. I know, you're so happy. You're like, it doesn't work for me. Oh my gosh, these are so beautiful. Okay, and then let's take, maybe that's too much green. Too much green. Hate to cut this piece. I know I need to get over it. That looks really pretty. Just a little bit of a whoop right there. Zoop. Let's tape it all down to each other. You would do a better job of taping. I just want to get it down. So I liked it, and then I didn't like it. And then I liked it again, now that I'm done. You have to give yourself permission to finish. I thought I ruined it, and then I'm like, well, we're just gonna let it go. It's only paper. Let's see what I can get done. My cuts are not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. But that's okay. I know all of you are using trimmers out there. And I'm a free-handed kind of girl. Right or wrong, good or bad, it is what it is. I'm not even gonna bother to cut that little piece off because it's double-sided tape. So I'm just gonna put it right back into each other. And this is Stacy tape. It is a little bit stronger, a little bit longer, and I still, at the time when I brought it out, it was a little less expensive than everybody else. I don't know about that anymore. I know people have brought their pricing down. I love the shimmer. Totally different looks. And if I wanted to, I could go back in and grab some of the ink off and expose the black, but you need to know that that's possible. Let's do this one. This one I did on a totally different colored card. Come on. Gosh, and I must have done this one at some point. The same color card. Okay, let's cut it. So we're gonna cut and emboss at the exact same time. Send it through my machine. Not many manufacturers are doing cut and emboss folders anymore. They're an expensive concept. You really gotta love them. You gotta feel it. It's gotta be, I need this in my line. And I am so glad that Dave at Memory Box did that. Because the designs that he did choose are so universal. Okay, do I take some of the color off or do I not? Yes, no. How about I cut this one too? While we're deciding. Yes, no. So, with my appointment with, ta-da, it's Taylor and Sizzix Sarah, when I told them that I'm going to be cutting up their card bases, at first they were looking at me like, what is she doing? Because when I get in my mad scientist mode, I really don't talk much. Some manufacturers come here and to show me new product with absolutely no expectation of me buying anything. They come here with their laptop and their iPads and they put all the product on the table and they sit back and they watch. They don't want to sell me anything. They just want to see what I'm going to do with it. So I'm sitting and I'm very quiet about it. I don't say much. I just start asking for things and moving things and mixing things and Taylor had never been here for that before and Sarah had, and Sarah's like, just let her be. When she needs something, she'll ask, and Taylor's like, what is she doing? Just let her go. Oh my gosh. They're beautiful. Okay, let's take some color off of this one because you'll be able to see it better. All right, are we ready? Oh, you can either use your sanding gadget. It's just like an eraser. Take a little bit of color. Just to give a little more vintagey, distressy look to it. And then let's find something that's going to work with it. almost too, almost too big. Wrong, orientated the wrong direction. That one's good. And I think that one might be good. I think this might be my sheet. That might be my lucky sheet. Nope. Nope. Too big. I think this is my lucky sheet. I think I'm going to do this one. And I think I'm going to do this one. I think I'm going to do this one there. Oh, yes I am. Hello. You're like, well, show me, show me. I will, I promise. What a great guide card these are. And I'm going to do this one there. And then I'm going to put it down, just take it down just a little bit. And take it down just a bit. There is so much to be done with the fine tech. I've got a couple of YouTubes on using fine tech. And then if you really want to get information on them, Royal Talons is, I believe they've got wonderful sources as well. So let's take a look. We're using them in a paper crafting way where most people would use them. Oh my gosh. Okay. Tell me that doesn't look... It's okay, lie to me. I won't know you're lying to me if you tell me, yeah, that looks good. Those colors, I don't know if it comes through on the camera or not, but those colors just absolutely pop. Let's get this down. One there and one there. Not the best, but you know what? SMS girl Mary Lynn fixes them up before she takes them to church. And I think maybe we'll give some to Irma. Irma works part-time at the senior center. That is what we do with our samples. When we're done with them, we donate them so that they can either be given away, like at the senior center, or senior hospitals, or actually any hospitals, where perhaps there's people there who aren't going to get a birthday card or a Christmas card from anyone else. Maybe they don't have any other family. And gosh, that's just sad. Who wouldn't want to, you don't want to have somebody not get a birthday card because, I mean, so we donate them wherever we can and we sell them. We let the churches sell them so that they can support their youth program. Gosh, I can't believe I actually made some cards. Usually I don't make anything, but for you to appreciate it, I have to finish something. I usually never finish anything. Mark this, YouTube. Stacy made cards. YouTube number 431. Oh, come on. Come on, come on. There we go. Oh. Love, love, love. No? Down. And let me just chop it off, and then I'm going to add it to the card bases. And then I think we may call it done. I think you have the gist. Probably had the gist an hour and a half ago, but this is my playtime. Okay, and then we used this color, so I need 2 cards that color. And this ties into this, which then ties into the envelope, and everything matches. I've never seen it before, where you've got white cork cardstock for your card bases that doesn't crack, 300 pound, or 200 pound, I'm sorry, 200 pound, 300 GSM. That lets you emboss it, color it, sand it, and still coordinate everything. Oh, just do it. Just do it. There, I just did it. And still coordinate absolutely. Oh, see, but then it's off. Okay, well, it is what it is. It's a handmade card. It lets you coordinate absolutely everything for it. Totally different looks. Same product. And with the Ciao Bella, you don't have to pick. You're going to get both. I think it's $11.50, gets you 2. Gets you the floral and the collateral rust. I'd do anything to be able to stand up to do this, folks. See, I'm off, but that's okay. And an envelope. Everything coordinates. You decide what makes your heart happy. You are lucky enough that at this price, you don't have to pick. And the envelopes and the card bases, the neutrals, are on a worldwide launch. You can do it all. And you can do it again and again and again, because there's so much in those Ciao Bella creative pads. And once you have the embossing folders, which are Instead of $28, they're $16.99 for the two of them. You can just make these again and again and again. They're all going to be a little different because every image behind the windows is going to be different. And if you use the Fine Tech, every one of them is going to be different. And maybe some of them you use the Fine Tech and some of them you just sand. And maybe some of them you don't use the Fine Tech or the sanding. You just leave them the way they are and you just leave the embossing as is. You tell me. Hello. Options aplenty. And it's all beautiful. Okay. So let me tell you what, I already told you what's on sale. I've made a big old mess, but let me see if I can try and get some of this over here so I can show you. Because when I say I made a big old mess, I made a big old mess. All right, we're gonna put, so we're not gonna get rid of these because Mary Lynn, here you go. We're gonna put all three Fine Techs that we have on sale. So the newest one is the Warms. This is the newest one. This is the one I've been using all day today. Then we have the iridescent colors. Those are all the whites that have the interference that are stunning. Hello. These are the Warms that I was using today. And then we have the big starter kit, which gets you going. And none of the colors overlap between the three sets that we have. And we will be bringing out more sets. I think there's 3 more sets after this one that I want to bring out so that you'll have a beautiful collection. Okay, so that's all on sale. Yay! The Ciao Bella. Buy one, get one. We have a few of these open stock if you wanted an extra one. Other than that, it's a buy one, get one, $11.50 as opposed to $23. Get them both. Yay! We have Ozzy Andrews' little sand it gadget. Fabulous. We have got, remember, we started. Do you remember where we started? We started way back here. Way back here with the wood grain paper. And wait till you see some of the samples with the wood grain paper. $15 for all of it. 75 sheets, memory box. You know it's a deal. He's getting ready to ship it to us, so if we're gonna order any more, I need to do it now. Okay, so 15 bucks is the deal on that. The memory box folders. If you just want one, they're 20% off. Okay, normal YouTube Yummy. Or you buy the bundle and get the special deal. $16.99 gets you 2, or $14 less 20% gets you 1. For that, you might, why wouldn't you want the both if you can? If you can. I understand if you can't have, if budget is tight, I get it. Then remember this concept and go look for your Cut N Emboss folders and try and do something like this with what you have. Absolutely. And then I have, is that it? And then I have, oh my goodness gracious, I have all of the Sizzix. Let's see, this one, and let's see, there's 5 of them, I think. That one, and this one. There's 5 new colors. There we go. 5 new colors in the neutrals. They're on an I Want It All. Worldwide launch on all of these. So if they're $4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, so about $19 gets you 50 cards and 50 envelopes. Amazing. Amazing. White cork that you can do things with. And then of course we'll have all the other colors. And they have a ton of other colors. Those will all be on sale too, and we'll do a YouTube Yummy on the existing colors. All right, I think that's it. Let's do samples. Are you ready? Okay, so This one was done using the wood grain paper. Pretty, right? All done using the wood. This is the wood grain. That's the tan wood grain with a little bit of brown ink over the top of it. All of them, look at that. All of them are done on the Sizzix card bases. All of them are on Sizzix card bases. Look at this one for Halloween. So the Sizzix card base, the Sizzix, we cut it. We used cut 1 to make 2. So here's the exact color in the mat. We sanded it a little bit and decorated it out. To have a mat that perfectly matches your card base, that perfectly matches your envelope, magic. I think they're wanting me to go this way. And here they've done a little bit of fine tech. Just added a little bit of fine tech to add a little bit of bling to it. And they didn't really sand or anything. And look at this one. Got rid of all the windows, got rid of all the panes, and just opened it all the way up. How ingenious is that? And this is all done with the Ciao Bella paper. And look at this one. Again, done with the Ciao Bella paper. Look at that. This was fussy cut. That's from one of the backgrounds like I picked and just put it behind there. What the sentiment is from the paper pack. Look at this one with the distressing and the rusty metallic on it. And this is the same color as this. It's just yay. And so serene, so pretty. Look at how beautiful. Just a light sanding, all done with all of these were done with the paper from, well, most of them I believe are done. I don't think this one was done with the paper from Ciao Bella, but look at, they did a little bit of, look at that. That's the iridescence from the fine tech, just to give it a little bling, a little sparkle, a little shine without it being glitter. Same here, just a look at a little bit on the roses, a little bit on the bee. This is the pink on the black, or on the gray. And then we sanded it to that gray because that gray matches this gray. And then I have here again, cut the panes out, got rid of the lines to make it a 2-pane window. Very clever, girls. And the color. You've got multitudes of color going on in here. So they've blended several colors there. And just kept it pretty and simple and exposed the black so that it matches the card, and use the fine tech. All the paint, all the glimmer and shimmer that you see was using the fine tech. So pretty. So used the mat, cut 1 to make 2. So we cut a card to make this mat, so it matches, everything coordinates. This was done using the wood grain paper, and this is the Ciao Bella paper. And again, the mat out of the card base so that everything coordinates. A little bit on the snail. Look at a little bit of the fine tech on the snail. So it's not the same as the acrylic paint we used last week. This is a water base. Oh, this is fabulous. This is a water base. Look at, you can see the fine tech on the exit sign. Water base. So it's not going to brayer like that thick acrylic paint from Royal Talons, the Amsterdam that we used last week. Totally different application. Black, black. They used it, so they made it look almost like it's a little notebook. Oh, and then look at how cute is this. Oh, that's darling. Well done. That's so pretty. And then, of course, we have all the ones that I did, but I won't go through those again with you. And then I do have 2 layouts. Wow. Oh, that's where the tag went. Got it. Okay, first layout from Claire. Let me go back a little bit. First layout from Claire. Beautiful, right? She used the Microcosmos paper from Ciao to do the whole thing. You've got your window cut and embossed from Memory Box. So pretty. And then the next one we have is from Elena. Oh yeah, okay. So I never really question why I ride, because for me it's as basic as breathing. And then she cut so that she cut the frames off and made window. Look, she made a door, so she added an extra layer. She cut half of it and added it to, here's the top half, here's just the bottom of an embossing folder, and she made a door. This is Elena. Isn't that wonderful? Could you imagine pictures behind? Wouldn't that be so cute? So this is Elena, and Elena is ever so clever. All right, you guys. Well, it was long, but it was fun. If I'm the only one at the very end, I'm okay with that because I had a good time. Let me go back. I love when I can take something and think about how to get the most out of it. And really, I have to give it up to Ellison for those card bases, and I got to give it up to Dave at Memory Box for those embossing folders. They are wonderful and useful and timeless. Evergreen is what they call them when they never go out of style. Those cut and embossing folders will never go out of style because you make them what you want them to be. We did Halloween, we did Christmas, we did guy, we did girl. It's up to you. The Ciao Bella, well, that's, when it's gone, it's gone. So that's a rotating thing. They'll roll out of a collection and roll into a collection. And then the Memory Box wood grain paper. If you haven't gotten it, you need to. It's just wonderful. And for that price, 20 cents a sheet for embossed wood grain paper. Wonderful. Okay, you're going to find, and the fine tech. The fine tech. Fine tech's a little pricey. I'm not going to say it's not because it is. So you can save for it, you can put it on a wish list or a birthday list somewhere. And if you're fortunate enough to be able to get it, fine tech the quality is stunning. So it is me, Stacy, Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com, where you're going to find all of this product at scrapbookingmadesimple.com, unless you have a local independent retailer who very well may have some of these Sizzix cards. Not the new neutrals, we got them first, but they may have several of the other colors. You may be able to find the Memory Box embossing folders at your local store. By all means, shop there first if you can. And then if you don't have a local store or they don't have what you need, then go online and find a local mom and pop online shop. There's lots of us out there, and trust me, we are nowhere near. We're just not big. And I know our brand name might be, but we are a small, little, independent local shop. And if you came to Canyon Country, California, you'd see we really are in the Taco Bell Plaza, right next to the State Farm insurance agent and the orthodontist and the liquor store and the nail girl. We're tucked right in at the very back of it. So if you ever get a chance to come see us. We would love to have you. All right, you guys, it's me. I'll see you next week. Bye.